It's 11:45 a.m. and we're in Sweetwater Park. Beautiful day to be alive. And today, I want to talk about suicide prevention. Stay with me. I've always enjoyed life, and I've never been suicidal, even after my stroke. And it surprised me that actually it's fairly common, especially among men. And it seems to have to do with how men define themselves by their job. And although I was good at my job as a graphic designer, I didn't think I was going to be doing it my whole life. Actually, I'd kind of planned my retirement fairly early. It seems to me I'd read a book about the wisdom of planning what you're going to do when you retire, and I decided I was going to play golf and travel the world. And no, I was never particularly good at golf, but I enjoyed it. It seemed like a great excuse to go to different places and travel around. That was the plan, man. I was also teaching and training in technology, and I figured I could go on doing that for just about forever. I mean, whoever says to a teacher, "You're too old to do this," a little gray hair is kind of a good thing on a teacher. And then, in my mid-40s, I stroked, and everything changed. And that's when I started learning that for a lot of people, there's suddenly a change. It could be an event in their life, and it could be retirement, or they might even win the lottery. There's a change to your life. It really was an eye-opener for me to find how many people, including doctors, expected me to commit suicide. There were other things that I wanted to do. Traveling and playing golf I could still do, but it just wasn't fun anymore, so I just stopped doing them. The stroke actually did minor damage to my body, nothing terrible, but it made things unpleasant, and I ended up sitting around eating Kit Kat bars, and I got kind of fat. And then one day I watched an old movie called Heaven Can Wait, and it really struck a chord with me. And if you've never seen it, don't worry, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but it's about a character who is accidentally called up to heaven a little bit too early and has to go back in somebody else's body. And he decides to whip it back into shape, and that's kind of what I decided to do. It's as if I wanted my old body back. I even bought a sweatshirt just like Warren Beatty had, and I worked really hard, and I was getting back into shape. And during an ordinary physical, the doctor asked me if I'd ever had thoughts of suicide. Instead of answering him in a straightforward way, I said, and I was getting in pretty good shape by then, why would I want to destroy this body? And for reasons I will never understand, he decided to hit the panic button, and they put me somewhere and locked me up until they were convinced I wasn't going to commit suicide. And it all comes under the category of my learning things, and they meant well. They put me into a building with a bunch of other people, and they took away my clothes, and I had to sit in there in pajamas for, let me see, how long was it? 13 hours straight. Wow, I'll never forget that. Obviously, I don't have a picture of myself there, but this is pretty much what I felt like. And as they let me out during the interview, I had to find my voice and learn to be reassuring. People go through a lot of things, and I wanted my voice to be a reassuring one. Well, looks like somebody's riding their bike. Good morning. And I decided I would study what people did whose life had suddenly changed, and I kind of found it was, let me see, what was it? The lifestyles of the rich, the disabled, and the retired. Whether it was an interesting life or not was kind of up to them. Of course, the rich people seemed to be having the most fun, but what all of these people had in common was their life didn't have any structure. They didn't have to go to a job. They had to figure out what to do every morning when they woke up. Well, here comes a working man. Good morning. Well, it looks like somebody ran into a pole here. Man. Ouch. Crunch. When I got my first recumbent trike, almost 8 years ago, it was just another experiment to see if it would help with my fitness, and it's worked out well. I like it a lot. And it really is the first thing that I think about in the morning. Well, after I've fed the dogs. I've talked to a lot of people about their opinion on what to do when you really don't have a job anymore, and some people need purpose. For someone like me, I just need structure. I just need some project to work on, like my fitness, which has been very successful. And yes, find something that interests you and that you want to do, that you're looking forward to when you go to bed, and think of first thing when you wake up in the morning, and you're all set. So please, don't worry about me. Heaven can wait, and I'll die another day. Thanks for riding low and slow with me today, and I will see you next time. Take care.